Well, good morning. 'Tis the season to be getting rid of any of those fall flowers or fall planters. Maybe some of you, I might be guilty of this too, still have a few summer things kicking around. We're kind of dragging our heels on that. But it's great to be at Terra in one of their 5 locations. This one is the Waterdown location. Back with Chris, and there's so much color.
So much color. Our poinsettias are here.
Right. Because poinsettias and Christmas, why did they go hand in hand? Like,
it's a Christmas tradition, I guess. They're just synonymous. So if we want something festive and bright and lovely for the holiday season inside, then poinsettias come top of mind. Absolutely.
right, and like poinsettias have evolved over time, and you guys have been able to do different things with them, and it's just not the typical red poinsettia.
Not just red anymore, yeah. Hybridization is a magical thing. We're very lucky that we grow thousands and thousands of poinsettias ourselves right here in Waterdown. So our poinsettias are officially locally grown, and we've got a wide variety of different types, styles, sizes, and colors to choose from.
Do you grow them throughout the year or just at Christmas?
Just at Christmas. They started about 8 weeks ago, so, or maybe closer to 3 months ago. So it's a long haul to get them to where they are. And they look absolutely gorgeous this year.
And how do you not kill them?
That is the number one question. How do you not kill a poinsettia? The main considerations are bright light, so they like having a nice bright space, and watering is incredibly key. So we want to keep them relatively moist, but not wet. So they don't want to sit super wet, and you don't want to let them dry out completely either.
The other question you get about poinsettias is?
Are they toxic?
Yes,
yeah,
that one. That's what I was
do.
trying to get at.
People ask. So yes, technically poinsettias are toxic, though the toxicity, you'd have to eat pounds and pounds of leaves or flowers in order to actually get sick. So it is a good idea to sort of keep them out of reach if you've got curious little ones, but generally speaking, it's not really a concern.
Well, you've got a wonderful selection of poinsettias here. And the great thing about poinsettias, they all come in shapes and sizes and colors, and they're easy to maneuver into different pots and bowls to make them look nice in the house,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So you can take something that's in a traditional grower pot like this. You know, in the old times, we would cover them up with foil and say, we're done.
Right.
But we've got so many wonderful options in pottery. So indoor pot covers are a great way to sort of dress something up quickly. You can just drop it in, leave it right in the grower pot inside, and it looks really gorgeous on the table. It's also really easy to reuse this pot and put in a regular tropical plant when the season's over.
Okay, what about some other plants? What are some of these other ones that
Yeah,
might
it's
be
not just
options on top of poinsettias?
Yeah, for sure. This is cyclamen, which is available throughout the whole season as well. Really easy to care for. So if poinsettias aren't really your jam, cyclamen could be an alternative. Anthurium is another really popular one this time of year. Again, easy to care for. Over here is a calla lily.
I love the lilies, but the uniqueness of that doesn't even look real.
I know, isn't it crazy? It looks like it's made of plastic, but it is very much real and really popular this time of year.
Okay, last one here is this is a great gift
A
giver.
rosemary tree. So this one's always a big hit, awesome for gift giving, and it's a rosemary plant trimmed into a tree shape. So great to put on the table, and yes, you can use it to cook with.
Yeah, and here's the best thing. You smell that? Smell. Right? So it's so awesome. Okay. It just smells awesome in here to begin with.
It does.
And we're going to spend the morning because we're going to do some. I'm a December 1st guy, but I'm stepping my toe in, right?
Yeah,
Let's step our toe in
Yeah.
and get into some wreathing and some planters. And as I was walking in, the trees are here.
The trees just arrived. Yeah, they're here.
We'll do that when we come back to Terra in Waterdown, but there is 5 locations around the region on Morning Live. Hey, yeah, we're putting out the Christmas vibe. Get your snaps in, because this is a display here at Terra in Waterdown, their Christmas display that they've just unveiled. And Chris was mentioning that a lot of people want to come and take some Christmas photos here.
It was mentioned on the weekend. Hey, can I take my Christmas pictures
Right.
there? I'm like, hey, I don't think anyone would stop you. It's definitely photo worthy.
Yeah, but it's a great thing to that's the first thing you see when you're walking into the store.
Yeah.
Are all the stores the same, different? Like, how does it kind of work?
All
when
of
it
the
comes to you guys?
stores have the same items, generally speaking, but each one is sort of a unique expression of the brand. So they all take their own personalities and spin it into what happens on the store floors.
Right. How big is Christmas for you guys?
Christmas is a big deal, and I think it is kind of for everybody, especially now. You know, we all want to feel good about something, and it makes us feel really good.
Well,
we actually started in September this year.
This makes you feel pretty good because this is dedicated to obviously the holidays. And,
It is.
Are you able to sell trees? Do you have many trees?
We do. We have lots of trees. So both the real ones, which we'll get to soon,
Right.
but also the everlasting ones. Everything you see here on the floor is available.
And then how do you kind of design it and organize it?
So
Do you do that yourself, or you leave it up to the teams within the individual stores?
Yeah, I'm not taking any credit for this. Our visual merchandisers are absolute magicians, and they take our themes that our buyers have curated and put them into specific groupings, so that if you see something you love on the tree, you can find it and its coordinates close by.
What have you found so far, people like buying up Christmas stuff? Because there is starting to be some panic buying. Just
Yeah,
worry
that's
about
true. I mean,
being
I
out
think
there?
everyone's gotten the memo that supply chain is a thing, right? So
Yeah.
we have seen a lot of interest in Christmas in general already this year, and we're here for it. We're fully stocked with all sorts of great options, and it's gorgeous.
But there's a wide selection of the real stuff that we saw earlier on to the more artificial things.
Yeah,
wreaths
so
and
if fresh is not in the cards for you, or you want something that's going to last year after year, there are lots of everlasting options that come pre-lit, different kinds of themes, different adornments. You can find all sorts of options.
Okay. And every store has similar type of stock when it comes to that.
Yep. So from traditional to, like, we've got some outside the box right over here where we've got a theme based around night sky. So darker colors, deep, dramatic. So a lot more than just the old school red and gold.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have more than one tree, right?
This
So
is true.
they want to design a different type of tree. And like this one over here, it's bunny rabbits. Okay, so we'll take a break. But how about we go into the area where you make thousands
We
of
do.
wreaths.
Are you feeling creative?
Are you testing me?
I think I am.
Okay, I will be tested with Chris and the gang here at Terra in Waterdown. We come back on Morning Live. Good morning from Terra in Waterdown. And if you're not getting into the Christmas spirit inside the house, maybe you want to do it outside first. Great to be back here showing off all the leaves in this area. Everything you see is not artificial. Am I right, Chris?
You're right. This is the Greenery market where
This is
everything is fresh.
This is the Greenery market. This does not look real.
Isn't it incredible? So that's boxwood, natural boxwood, and they're always among our most popular wreaths for sure.
And everything is made in-house.
All of the arrangements are made in-house. Our wreaths come from other Canadian suppliers.
Gotcha.
Along with some stuff from California
So
as well.
these arrangements here.
These arrangements are all made by our own design team in our production facility. So we start making them at the very end of October as the greens become available, and make thousands each week.
Each week?
Each week.
What would rival like the spring planting season to the Christmas season for you guys?
It's close. I mean, there's nothing like spring at the garden center, right? Everyone's in a frenzy to plant, but Christmas is, I would say, our second biggest season. It's a big season for us.
Well, the great thing that you can do something like this, where you just pick it up and it's easy peasy and take it home.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of DIYers, right?
Absolutely.
Doing it yourself.
Or a combination of the two. You can find inspiration from something pre-made, and then maybe pick up some accents to add to something that you've made yourself. So whether you want to just grab something that's already done for you, or pick up from our market, we've got everything you need.
Anything like this, you're just kind of, oh, they come in bundles.
Yeah, so these are 3-pound bunches. We've got fir, pine, cedar, all sorts of specialty boughs like incense cedar and Carolina sapphire, magnolia, eucalyptus.
That's what approximately you kind of need to put something together?
Yeah, generally speaking, an arrangement would take a couple bundles of evergreens and some decorative pieces. So we pulled,
This one here?
We did, yes. You can buy a pre-greened arrangement. So if you don't want to figure out exactly how to put something together right from scratch, we've got things that are empty and ready to decorate.
What are we putting in it? Is just dirt in here?
It is, yeah. We use soil.
Okay.
The greens actually drink the water from the soil throughout the season until it freezes, and that's what helps keeps them fresh and green.
Gotcha.
So we've got all sorts of specialty things
here. We have accessories that we just want to be adding to it.
Yeah, you can add anything you like to it. So we've got things that are already pulled together in coordinated bundles like this right here. We've got like bouquets of accents. So you can take something that's pre-coordinated for you and stick the pieces in to make your own planter.
As far as price-wise goes, is this a cheaper way to do things rather than buying just the one that's made for you already?
It's usually comparable.
Right.
It all depends on how elaborate you want to go. So to go with something that's fully decorated and already done, you're looking you know, around $100 to start usually for something that's pretty big. And then to DIY, yeah, it just sort of depends on which elements you want to add.
We're running out of time, so I'm just stuffing things wherever they go.
Throwing them in there.
But there is an art to that too, isn't there?
There is, yeah. So when it comes to decorating in general, you want to put like big bulky things down toward the inside of the planter, and then more upward airy things up toward the top.
Okay. So I'll continue to add these. Stick that in there. But it's exciting because the actual real trees, I'm not sure if you're a real tree or artificial tree. I'm a real tree guy. It doesn't go up till December the 1st, but if you want to get them up a little sooner, the trees have arrived at the Terra, and we'll go and explore that when we come back. Oh my gosh.
Dreaming of a white Christmas.
They're real and they're spectacular. Good morning from Terra in Waterdown. The trees are in.
They're here.
The trees are here. Great to be with Chris, because I don't know, it's always an exciting time when the trees come in, probably, right?
It really is. We just had our first loads dropped right before the weekend. So our trees all come from a tree farm close to Alliston. So they're grown in Ontario. And it's always a huge thrill when they arrive.
Because
finally.
you get that question about the sustainability.
We do.
Are you real or are you fake?
I'm a little of both.
Okay.
I like to have multiple trees in the house, so I do like having the real, the artificial one up early, and then the real one usually around the first week of December.
Yeah, I'm that too. I think cameraman Luke, he's a real guy. We're a real guy. I think the reason I like real is the experience coming with the family and picking out the perfect tree.
So many reasons to love real, for sure. I think, yeah, the experience of choosing that perfect tree every year is something that we look forward to as a family. But then there's also added bonuses like the fragrance. There's nothing like it.
Once you put it in, and then you give it some water, and then the smells coming from it.
Yeah.
How are you with your tree knowledge? Do you know which one this was?
That's a Fraser fir.
Okay.
You can tell by the short needles. It's nice and soft, and that white undertone gives it a blue cast. And it's sort of the Cadillac of Christmas trees, the Fraser fir.
It's the top end.
Yeah.
What are some of the other varietals?
We also have Scotch pine those are the long needles, the long sticky needles that people like.
I've never been a long needle guy.
I'm not a huge one either
here's one here.
with the long needles. I find them a little bit tougher to decorate, but if you are a traditionalist and you like the old school look of something with long needles, that's definitely a favorite for sure.
Okay, so we're the middle of November. Timber! Middle of November. Some people might want to be putting them up outside.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe you want to put it up early. That's totally up to you.
Yeah.
When they do come, like how do you go about the experience?
Yeah, our tree team is here, so they're here to help you, whether you need help selecting or you just want a little bit of a hand once you've found the perfect tree.
Right.
Each tree gets a fresh cut on the bottom before it goes home, so that makes sure that it's ready to drink. And then we run it through these balers right here. So it goes through here, gets wrapped in netting so that it's ready to either tie on top of your car or put inside the car.
Top of the car.
Yeah.
Shall we? Let's do it.
I mean, it's hard not to.
I know, this is a setup, so we're at Waterdown, but this is a setup at all 5 of the locations?
Yes, all the locations have a tree lot. All of them are a little bit different. And all of them have a full selection available.
We'll see you at Terra on Morning Live.
So sweet.